All right, and we are live. Welcome to the Turaco Creative Cast, and today is TuracoWean. So happy TuracoWean! This is the first TuracoWean of the year that we do on the show. So it's an open topic. We're just going to be talking about Halloween, our experiences as kids, and things like that. But before we get into that, my name is Frank Salazar. Today I am Captain Goggles, and I'm wearing my Cobra Kai Ghostbusters outfit. I'm a Cobra Kai Ghostbuster, and you're
No
well,
extra
actually,
mercy.
it's not my channel anymore. it's the Turaco channel. But if you want to go subscribe to my channel, you can find my stuff on my Linktree there. It's got my YouTube channel, it's got my Instagram, and a few other things. I also got a merch store, and we also have a Turaco Creative Cast merch store. Which let me get the. Well, I hope I put it on here. Well, you just go to that Linktree, and it'll take you to the merch store. We got some shirts and some mugs on there, so you can check that out. And that's me. So let's turn over to my co-host Anna. Tell us a little bit about you and where we can find you.
Hey, I'm Anna Raub. Today I'm Mask Woman because reasons. This is the TuracoWean special, and I know that kind of sounds like we're going to be weaning baby birds, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about things.
Nice.
I should get some bird figures. I have a dinosaur. That's cool.
Some people say that's pretty close.
Yeah. And our guests for today are Ronnie Gunter and Jason Alexander from Comics de la Muerte, and you can find their YouTube channel where they have their own show on Ronnie's Linktree there. It will take you to his channel. And Ronnie, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Ronnie Gunter, and I am AKA Crimson Owl Comics, where you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all social media platforms as that name. And today I am dressed up as Hyde from That 70s Show. And I like to give a shout out to someone that isn't with us today. Sadly, he is dead. But on our show, me and Jason has been reviewing Bernie Wrightson stuff, and today is Bernie Wrightson's birthday. So rest in peace, Bernie Wrightson. Your work is amazing.
Yes, it is. What an artist, man. I love everything about that Frankenstein Alive book that we've been covering.
Exactly. And we're going to end it on issue 4 on Friday, the night before Halloween at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So,
all right, that's great. And Jason, turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, Jason Alexander, Fogbreaker Studios, writer, comic book guy. I don't know. Find my stuff on Instagram. I post a lot there. I'm like addicted to reels right now. It makes me feel like I'm 17 years old. So that's been kind of fun. But mostly I'm on Instagram. I do have a Facebook, but I haven't really been super active on it. But yeah, find me on Insta.
All right. And Fogbreaker also has a challenge going on this month, which is going to be ending in just a couple of days, right?
Saturday is the last day.
The Fogbreaker Studios open.
Yep, the Fogbreaker open. Storytellers Comic Challenge. A prompt a day, 31 days. Written, illustrated, both. Me and Aaron Guzman have been doing a lot of them together. I think we're going to have something completed by the end. But let me tell you, I really feel like I'm killing it. I'm doing about 2 stories a day, just as a warm up, and then I'm doing my normal writing. So it's worked like I wanted it to. So it's like I feel super creative. I'm in a decent groove. So y'all should have some cool stuff to read pretty soon, hopefully.
It's amazing.
And
just
and when
looking at it.
when that is done, and where can we actually get that?
Well, we're still trying to sort out where we're gonna have it printed through, but we got more information on that coming. But it's definitely gonna be something that we get out. We also have me and Aaron have some mini comics coming out that we're doing. We're doing a 12-month run of mini comics here soon. Well, it starts. They're mailing out this week. The first run of them is. So we've had a couple of people already pick them up. Really good stories. I won't gloss myself too much, but like I feel like the work in these books is like super high end because I don't know, like we were kind of in our groove right now. So I'm excited to see what everybody thinks about it.
And
there's the link for that. Thank you for posting that link. I was trying to figure out how I was going to post that. Yeah. So yeah, you can pick up the books there. $5, 3 comics a month. We have 2 stories that are going to run for 6 months. We have another couple of stories that run for a little bit longer, but it's a lot of one-shot stories that just tell a quick story, get in, get out, but all printed on newsprint. I think you guys will love them.
Oh yeah, and I have some of Aaron's comics that are on newsprint. I have them in the other room, or else
his production is ridiculous on those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it looks super pro. So it's definitely going to be a fun ride. I'm excited to be a part of it.
All right, guys. So check it out, sign up, and I think it's a monthly subscription, right? Like
you can do it month to month, or you can do a monthly subscription. If you do a monthly subscription, Aaron has a art book that he's throwing in that he did of 2019's Inktober. Really good book. I got mine around here somewhere. I should have had it beside me, but yeah, I think it's a really good bundle package for some mini comics bundles. So y'all should check it out. I never thought I would say bundle so much in one sentence, but here we are, and I love it. I don't regret it.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that with the Turaco, just saying Turaco over and over. Like every time we're talking, like man, like it wasn't even a word I knew until I met Anna.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know it until I saw y'all posting from it. But no, it's a cool word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Turaco.
And speaking of mini comics and Ko-fis, if you just drop me a donation, $3 gets you 2, maybe I'll throw in 3 mini comics, PDF comics. So I'll mail them out to you. If anything higher than that, I'll just send you everything that I got so far. So just a few bucks gets you some PDF mini comics.
They're good PDFs too. I already got mine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take this off. All right, so like we were saying, we're just gonna be talking Halloween costumes, either experiences that we've had, our favorite candy, movies, whatever. It's open. And hey, we got some people in the chats. That's CXV Animations. Subscribe to him. Check out his YouTube channel. He's going to be putting up some animations that he's doing. I think he has a little test animation of a bouncing ball there now. And there is a link to his YouTube channel in the description. So check that out. And there's links to Crimson Owl Comics, to Fogbreaker Studios, to Aaron Guzman's coffee account. And also our stuff, Anna's stuff, my stuff, Keith Harper's stuff. It's all there in the description below, so check that out. And if you want to make your own comics, there's also links to the circworks.com where you can get some pretty cool comic making kits for what I think right now Scott has them for 40% off on his circworks.com site.
Nice.
But he just put out the comic world builder, and there's the Hero Design Studios and the Comic Maker Toolkit. The free Comic Maker Starter Kit, you can just get that by signing up on his newsletter. So check all that stuff out. All that stuff is in the links in below. So, all right, that's my spiel for.
You ran through it pretty smooth there, Frank.
That's my promotion.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it even before we had a show, just on Scott's chats and stuff.
We should have you pop in on our channel and just like plug all of our stuff, plug y'all stuff.
Yeah, it's like, hey, word from our sponsor. Hey, guys.
Exactly. That's it.
Hey, don't change the channel.
Exactly. We'll get right back to Comics de la Muerte.
Yeah.
All right.
So y'all,
right after these commercials.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, there's more.
I'll put on costumes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first Halloween costume that I've ever put on.
Wow,
40 years old. This is the first one, so it's like you guys get a original. So this is like I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Now I'm joking, but it's pretty cool. So I'm really grateful to be on here and talk some horror because of all the things that have happened. Like horror has become like this thing that I'm like really, really, really interested in getting to know better. Like we're really enjoying like doing the calls with Ronnie, but man, I want my turn with horror now. Like I'm ready. So I want to give it some back. So no, this is good. This is my experience with Halloween in a nutshell is today.
Nice. Well, we're glad you're able to share that on our show tonight. So
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Who's next? What you got, Ronnie? You got some Halloween.
This mug.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to know where I got this mug? You can check out Anna's Hatchling Dream Hatchling Studio in the description below. You can buy this mug. Not only can you get this mug, you can get this T-shirt done by Anna Raub herself.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very Zelda feel to it, like very Legend of Zelda feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if you turn it to the side, I can't do it because I'm wearing it. It's a dragon.
Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet. Double side. Frank gonna fall out of the chair.
Well, you get it.
You imagine.
Fall here.
Yeah. No, but yeah, with me for Halloween, my family has always my family growing up was always like big into Halloween and horror movies. Like I remember as a little kid being like in the single digits, seeing like scary movies for the first time where I'll be like staying up late just to watch Tales from the Crypt TV show, even though I shouldn't have been watching it, but you know, I still did.
Man.
But hey, Van, what's up? But yeah, it's just one of those things that as a kid, just going out, dressing up as something creepy or scary, and then gathering a bunch of candy, and then eating as much candy, and then going in basically a sugar coma after it. And then growing up as an adult, you know, going out to haunted houses and basically just walking through the houses and being scared. Because I think that with a lot of people in the world, besides them having a passion and in love with superheroes, a lot of the same people could sit down and talk about like what's their favorite scary movie, what their favorite scary movie slasher is, and just what type of, like, even if they're not like into like those type of scary movies, what's their favorite Universal monster, like Frankenstein, Dracula, or the Wolfman, any of those. You know, people like to get scared.
Yeah. I like being scared. Not too scared though. Like,
cool.
So you know, I
like being grossed out. I like being scared.
Yeah. So, you know, I had the idea of like, you know, we have all these shows talking about comics, but you don't have one show talking about horror comics because there's so many different genres, like the romance, the sci-fi, but I wanted to talk about horror. So I invited, Jason and Robert on along, saying, "Hey, you want to do this with me?" And it's been great. It's been an amazing ride, and I appreciate him coming on and giving his creative mind and just sharing the show with me, and it would have been the same without him.
I'm in the process of trying to adopt Junji Ito as my creative stepdad, but
Right.
COVID has slowed all the paperwork down, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I love the journey because it's like Ronnie knows the background of so many of these like horror stories that we do, or like movies that we might talk about. And so it's nice for me, who I don't really have a strong foundation in a lot of like horror movies. Like I know a couple of the big ones, and I've watched some over the past few years, but it's like Ronnie can say, if you watch this book, then you'll probably like this movie, or something in this book reminds me of this movie. So it's like a lot of like the 80s like slasher B stuff Ronnie has introduced me to, that is like these cult classics that I never would have come across if it wasn't for me and Ronnie talking, because even when we don't do shows, me and Ronnie talk a lot, and we talk a lot about horror stuff because, I'm trying to write it. So I'm just trying to absorb as much of it as I can. Mm-hmm. And, Ronnie's just kind of been my Sherpa through the horror mountain. So it's been a blast.
Cool. And we have a question here that you guys might answer, because you guys just did a video on this guy here, Frankenstein. So, hey, I have a question. How do you think about Frankenstein's monster? Lots of people think of him. Let's see it. Is it popping up? Okay, there. Lots of people think of him as good and evil for different reasons. What do you guys think? All right.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. Yeah. I talk too much as it is.
Just reading Frankenstein Alive, not just going off of that writing, but going off of the movie itself. The Frankenstein's monster, he was created as almost like as a newborn. He doesn't know what he is, and he sees himself as what these people make him out to be, a monster. But in reality, he just wants to live, and he just wants to be accepted. That's why when you have like Frankenstein's bride, that he's like, okay, now I have someone that will love me and be someone that will be like me, and I'll feel like I'm not alone. And that's what he always felt, is that, even throughout, like even with the Monster Squad, the 1980s movie, where these kids were taking on a lot of the Universal monsters like Dracula, Wolfman. Even in that movie, Frankenstein was a good guy who, like, Dracula was trying to use as a monster. So he's always one of those people that was always a good guy. He's always been used as a monster and as a weapon, as a weapon of destruction, when he wasn't designed for that purpose in the first place.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you just said. Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein Alive book is like, it's made me like look at Frankenstein. I just look at that book and I like think of all these different things. Like, you can't I don't know. I love it. But Frankenstein is, I feel like, good and evil because he's a product of a bunch of people's parts. Like, he's a bunch of people's parts woken up by lightning. So it's like, he had no business being put together in the first place. He doesn't even know what he is. And even the people who created him don't know what to do with him now. So it's like, he is a monster, but it's for a completely different reason than then Dracula is a monster or the
Yeah.
Wolfman is a monster, because
Exactly.
you know
Yeah,
he's a pointless creation, and it's really sad because he's but now he's a monster because he was created to be something that could never have been accepted by normal life. So yes, he's as bad of a monster as you can get, but like, what did we do to get here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
Sorry.
The Robert De
No, I like characters.
Hold on. We got the Turaco's talking stick. So in the Robert De Niro version where he played the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
There's a line where he says, or he's playing the violin, and he says, which one of my parts knows how to play violin? Is it just this hand,
right,
or is it me? Like what's coming from me? What's coming from the parts from these different people?
Sure, right, yeah.
He's basically just asking, what is he, and where does the monster begin? Where does the person begin?
Yeah. It's just it's just a cool thing. Like when you think about how a human body works, and then you think about, okay, what if every nerve ending was a different person? Every fingertip, every knuckle was a different person. And what do you do when like you're jointed up to a serial killer? And you just want to paint. Like it's a lot going on in that Franken body, man. A whole lot.
Yeah, and it's like when those things like going like on a surreal thing here. It's like when you see people who go in for like almost like a vocal box surgery, and the family's relative who donated that vocal box to that person that had the surgery, and that person died. It's like, okay, that person's going to sound like my lost relative? Are they going to sound different? That's really the surreal thing. It's like, hey, my brother, my father, gave their heart or their like whatever to you. It's just one of those things. Or even if we ever get to that point, which I don't think we ever will, if we ever did get to the cloning, would that clone feel like, okay, am I a monster because I have the thoughts of this person that is dead?
Yeah, interesting. Anna, you were gonna say something, but I interrupted you.
I think I was finishing what I was saying at the moment, but
okay.
I have no idea.
All right, cool. I don't know if we have any more questions about Frankenstein, but so we talked a little bit about our costumes. Like, did Jerry make costumes as kids? I know, Jason, this is your first time wearing a costume.
This is it for me.
Well, I'll show. I mean, this is a costume I bought. I bought this patch, but I made a Ghostbusters costume just buying different the mechanics outfit, pads. I bought these goggles. These were for the Ghostbusters costume. But I made this. I made my proton pack.
That's awesome.
Like cobbled together from different parts. And this is an Iron Man reactor that I put on the side so I can pretend I'm powering up. And all this is low tech, so I had made this little opening in this box. Let me see what. Okay, there's a little opening here, and I will put a flashlight here, which I took it off.
Yeah.
And I'll turn it on, and these would light up.
Oh, that's cool.
So everything was low tech, just flashlights and cardboards and just flashing lights.
That's the best stuff.
Nice.
Man. That's cool.
The MacGyver of costumes.
I dig it.
Anyway, so I got my goggles on. All right, let's create.
That's it.
All right,
You're like a
Anna.
you're like a
I know
craftsman.
you like to make stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't made a whole lot of like Halloween costumes to wear on Halloween, but we did do like Harvest Carnivals sometimes. And I do have like a picture here. I made duct tape armor, and then my brother wanted duct tape armor, and then my older sister wanted duct tape armor, and
That's nice though.
we were having
That's
fun.
cool.
Proves that
Does
you
it
can
take
make
very
duct
long
tape
to
out of
make?
it.
So does it take very long to make?
Yeah, several hours or
Yeah.
days.
I could
I've seen
imagine.
people with like duct tape wallets, but I've never thought to like actually try to make one. But I don't know. Maybe
I've seen duct tape prom outfits, literally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are cool. I feel like that would be hot though. I mean,
Right?
you know, duct tape's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Yo, I think so too. That proton pack here is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I could.
So what do y'all like for candy around this time of year?
It's a very good question.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm gonna say dark chocolate Milky Ways.
Yeah, Milky Way's dark are always solid. I like frozen Reese's cups.
Yeah.
I don't like peanut butter, but I like to freeze Reese's cups and have them with a Pepsi. Like that's kind of like my super kids are in bed dessert snack.
Mm-hmm. I love dark chocolate, but there's one candy that I like to get, and that is the little miniature Heath bars.
The
milk chocolate with the English toffee. Yeah.
Good.
I'm not a big toffee guy. I think I did too many reasons in like the mid 90s. I used to eat those whole family bags by myself. But the one candy that did not age well at all for me was Pixie Sticks. Like I used to eat
oh my gosh.
And now I'm like, holy mackerel! Like what? How many years did I take off my life when I was eating these as a kid? It's just sugar, like sugar straws. That's it.
It's just straight up sugar.
Yeah. That's it. A little bit of food coloring. That's it.
Yeah.
And then besides chocolate, of course, you could get this all year round, but you really see it around like Halloween time. The non-chocolate Tootsie Rolls, where it's like the lime, the strawberry Tootsie Rolls.
Fruit ones, yeah.
Yeah, like for what I don't like, don't get me wrong, I love chocolate and everything, but I've always been a fan of like fruit candy. So if you could get me anything like that, like starfish or anything like that, I'm a big fan of like anything like that.
Yep. Judd
I like all the sour
corn
gummies.
Oh yeah, sour gummies.
I've never heard that candy corn is controversial. I like candy corn.
Yeah, people hate candy corn. I like it.
I would get them and just like shove them up, like pretend they're vampire teeth.
I did the Beagle's witch fingers.
At this point, I think I'd rather deal with candy corn than pumpkin spice. I said it.
I'm not big on pumpkin. I can take it or leave it, but
yeah,
I like sweet potato better than I like pumpkin.
Yeah.
And I just like chocolate, any candy really, but chocolate is my favorite.
Mounds are good, another good chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Oh man, yeah. Like I wish I had a chocolate today.
So a question for you guys. With me and Jason, we have our show, and he is
wait, what's this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So they're just random guys I asked to come on.
Right.
I didn't know you had shows.
Right. He's wrote his horror stories, and I'm in the process of writing my horror story and doing my artwork. Have you ever thought about dapping into the horror genre?
Oh, this is an interesting question because
I don't
know if I'll ever like totally dive into the whole genre of horror as is, but I do actually admire like psychological horror on some level, and
Gotcha.
some stuff that I'm working on in the background, and it's very like surreal kind of psychological horror in that sort of realm, while also covering some sort of underlying concept.
Yeah, that was always the horror that I was able to sneak and watch the easiest, was stuff like Seven. Like that stuff I could kind of slide
good
under
movie.
the rug.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
What's
like
in the box?
That is that's my ideal horror as well. Like I think that has a lot of, I don't know, it's just it's rooted, like it feels like it can really happen because it can. And that's kind of like the real aspect of horror to me. Like that's what makes it relatable.
I did a kind of a horror mini comic when we did the mini comics exchange, which I have a copy here. Plant Life from the Stars, which is just a little shop of horrors.
Yeah.
Which if you want to get the PDF version of this, just send me a few bucks on my Ko-fi account, and that's gonna be one of the comics that I'll send out to you. Apart from that, I actually was thinking about recently, because we're doing the holiday anthology right now, but we have a deadline. But I was thinking that if I could adapt a passage from the Bible, from Revelations, because you read into it, there's some scary stuff in there, and just kind of turn that into a kind of a little horror story. I might not be able to do it like for the anthology, but it'll be something that I want to work on maybe as a mini comic. Things like that, not necessarily like monsters or aliens, even though I did draw an alien plant. Stuff like that.
Nothing
like
that me and Jason review.
or just or just the stuff that stuff that would kind of like get you thinking, or maybe I might do a monster comic. But if I do a monster, it'll be like kind of comedic, like Hotel Transylvania type of stuff.
Sure.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe like I can't say no. I'm maybe.
You never know, right? Yeah, you never know what you're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun
I really like the Isagami. The comics that you guys were doing. Usagami, or because the story you guys were doing with the spirals.
I love
what a book that was, man.
Uzumaki,
what a
man,
book.
like that series that you guys were doing, like that kept me up.
And
I think that was like some of the most fun, man. Like just reading that book and like being able to talk about it, and I don't know, it was like that book kind of cemented that I at least wanted to throw my hat in the ring with a horror story, because whenever I read something that I really like, I'm like, okay, I want to give back to it, and it's like that. Definitely, it's definitely a worthy book. It really, really is. The artwork was phenomenal. The artwork was perfect for the book. The writing was great. Tension all the way through, man. It's just that's how you get a horror fan into comic books, is a book like that, for sure.
Yeah.
And you guys did a Stephen King novel, right? I mean, a Stephen King comic recently, right?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. You're going to. Okay.
Yeah. Frankenstein, the prequel to Frankenstein Alive, is actually written by Stephen King. The prelogue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be. So Bernie Wrightson has done work with Stephen King in the past, so it's pretty cool if I could get my hand on some more of his work. But just I've read horror comics in the past as a kid, and just now reading more and more, pretty much has become like my job at this point, where I'm like sitting down trying to find a new book to read, like, hey Jason, I just found another book. here you go, start reviewing it. And it's been real fun to pretty much making like reading comics and reviewing them as a job at this point, because even if I'm not getting paid right now, I still have a fan base. I still have you and other people who come on to the show live, watching it and reviewing it. So I got to treat it like a job. Sure, there are times where like my health and everything gets in the way, but I still keep on trucking, and that's what matters.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
And with the horror, it really has made my story that I'm working on progress even more, to where like everyone here has seen the pages where like they're very pop art colorful, but when the real killer in the horror comic gets ready to go after people, he is a demon and he uses his powers to warp reality, and when he warps reality, everything turns black and white. So
oh wow,
that's gonna be, I came up with that idea. I was like, you know what, it'll be nice to have like, okay, part of the world is in color, but like when you get like into the horror part where you actually get like the jump scares and the stuff and the gross scenes in the book, I want that to be black and white, because just reviewing horror comics after another, it looks so much better in black and white. So yeah. And I have so many great ideas. Like I want to have a part where
Ronnie.
I have a part where like the kids are like surrounding, they're freaking out, like what's going on, because it's all different color. It's like regular colors like we are now. And then all of a sudden it just turns a solid red. And they're like, what happened? What happened? And then you just see the red dripping from all the walls like blood. And when it's dripping from blood, that's when everything is turning black and white.
That's really cool.
wow.
That's like a really cool visual.
Yeah, that's going to be great to work on. And I do have a Ko-fi, and I decided in the meantime, while I'm working on that horror story for 12 months, every single holiday, I'm going to come out with a scary horror version of that holiday where you could get it.
Oh, hello.
So you're going to do
starting for Christmas next month for $5, you could order a 12 by 18 image of Krampus that I'm going to be doing.
That's cool.
And then after that, I'm going to do it.
And is that in your Linktree store?
No, that I just signed up today, so I'm going to be adding that soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to support Ronnie in a different way, in the description below, there's a link to the Comics de la Muerte Teespring store, so you can get a mug. And I think you have some shirt also, Ronnie?
Yes, we have the Comics de la Muerte mug. We have a T-shirt, we have a hoodie, and we have a T-shirt for females too, if they don't want to, if they want more of a tight fit for them, because sometimes everybody has different sizes. So yeah, could get that.
Oh, cool. And I think we have some comments here. Let me see.
Thanksgiving turkey zombies. Actually, there is actually a horror movie about a zombie turkey that's going around killing people. No lie.
Yeah.
And unless you don't want to see and there was nudity in it, so if you don't want to see nudity, don't do it, because there is a I won't go into detail. Just don't watch it if you don't want to. But it's literally a turkey. It's literally a turkey going around killing people. Like the turkey literally goes behind some guy's neck and snaps his neck. It's like the most funniest thing, but it is gory. And of course, if you ask me, like I said, I've watched a lot of horror movies. Oh yeah, it was on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Frank.
Phaelus, Fade in Porteous, Phaelus, he does, or he used to do, I don't know if he still does, cheesy or B movie reviews, and he reviewed that movie. So if you want to see it, kind of like get the gist of it, you can just look up Phaelus, and I think it's called Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Something
Thanksgiving.
like that. Yeah,
And I actually seen the reviews from it. Besides watching it, you could actually see the reviews and see the kills if you don't want to watch the whole movie on Dead Meat, the kill count.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, now we're kind of segued into movies. What kind of movies did you guys watch as a kid? Horror movies or something that kind of just left an impact on you. You watched them all.
So the first horror movie that had a impact on me was Prince of Darkness, and it was just like one of those movies that would come on network TV, like on a Saturday if I was sitting at the barbershop. Like it wouldn't be on at home, but if it was on at the barbershop, I could at least kind of watch it. Or if we were at the laundromat, I could kind of watch it. And then over time, I ended up watching the whole movie. Like that was the first horror movie. Like I became a John Carpenter fan, but like that was like the first horror movie that was like heavy into like the religious spiritual aspect of it, that kind of I was able to sneak and watch and appreciate. And I appreciate it more now than I did as a kid, obviously, but just that was the first really, really good one. And then They Live, but They Live is kind of a sci-fi movie anyway. But those two movies were like my go-to horror movies.
There's so many movies that, because I as a kid, I always watch TV movies. It was on, I would watch it. My mom didn't really have a problem with me watching scary movies, so there's so many, like I can't even say which was my first, but I remember when I first saw The Exorcist, my sister showed it to me on VHS. And if you guys are, some of you younger kids are wondering what that is, that's this big plastic, big old cassette thing you would shove into something called a VCR.
I thought you were talking about The Exorcist.
Right. And if you watch the movie too much and you saw squiggly lines, you would have to press this button called tracking.
Tracking, yeah.
Yeah. Find it too.
But The Exorcist was pretty scary as a kid, and I can see this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that was. I was much older when I watched that, but I wish I didn't watch that one. That one was really scary. But
I ended up watching all the Exorcist movies. My sister and I had a tradition. Every Friday night, we would go to McDonald's. She would buy me a McDonald's meal. Then we would go to the video store, which now is like they sell like stuff for tarot cards and witchcraft.
Okay, gotcha.
You can get your palm read and stuff. Things like that.
Okay, I got you. Fortune teller.
Fortune teller. In Spanish, it's curandera or I think yerberia. But we would go there, buy not to the fortune teller, but to go to the video store, rent a movie. So we would rent something she would want to watch, something I want to watch, something and my niece would want to watch. But we'd make a thing where if a movie had parts, if it was a scary movie, each Friday we'd watch part 1, part 2, part 3, and we'd go on.
Yep. Gotcha.
So we end up binge watching or just watching like a whole bunch of horror movies: Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Oh, gotta love my Freddy.
Yeah.
I'll go into detail about that.
The Omen. so many movies. But
All right.
Anna, you're a big horror fan, right?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of experience with that. When I was little, I watched Sonic X, and there was one episode that was for like a Halloween episode. I saw that a couple times.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Halloween episodes. I used to watch Garfield's Halloween. Also the Peanuts, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But with me, my first horror movie experience was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Okay.
Always a big Freddy Krueger fan with my horror comic. The demon, he has a story on why he's going after these people and killing them, but he definitely has like that wisecracking joke where like before he kills you, he has a lot of humor and stuff like that. So, yeah, I told you, Frank, in the chats, what he's gonna do. I don't know if I could go in the detail here, but there is gonna be a part where he's gonna like stab a guy in the groin and he's gonna say "got wood." Just little goofy humor, because that's pretty much what the 80s was, especially with Freddy Krueger and Chucky. A lot of these like horror movie villains past like Michael Myers and Jason, they always had like a sense of humor where they want to joke around and mess with you before they killed you. So it made it seem like more not surreal, and just at times made you want to laugh before you're like covering up your eyes.
Yeah.
All right, y'all want to hear
about Michael Myers?
I don't have much experience with Michael Myers. I've seen the first Halloween movie, but I've seen parts of other ones.
Right.
What's that?
I saw Shrek. It was all right. It wasn't that scary.
But like, I don't know. Like, I like Jason Voorhees better than Michael Myers. Like, I thought he was the better horror guy of that kind of movie.
The better silent killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Better silent killer. Yeah. I could see
Except
that.
for Silent Rage, that was good. That was a Chuck Norris movie. Like, that was a cool one.
Oh, okay.
Where he had that guy was pretty intense. Like,
yeah,
he was kind of like in that vein of Like, I used to confuse that with Maniac Cop, but it's two different movies.
Which is a good horror movie too. It's a cult classic.
Maniac Cop. It was another one of those like on TV in the middle of the afternoon type movies that I used to get to watch every once in a while.
Yeah. But speaking of horror movies, people could go on YouTube right now and watch an hour-long movie of Yu Uzumaki, the movie. And it is pretty weird. I'm not going to lie. Like, I showed a still image to Jason from the movie. They found a way to make the body twisted and horrifying, just like the book. So yeah.
Oh wow. And Marcelino asked our favorite candy as a kid, which already covered it. Basically just chocolate.
Yep. Reese's Cups.
Heath Bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love chocolate and peanut butter. That's my favorite ice cream.
It's a good ice cream.
Yeah.
Peanut butter ice cream makes me thirsty. I don't know why. But it's like I'm not a big peanut butter guy anyway, but peanut butter ice cream in particular, man, it makes me feel like I need to drink a gallon of water.
No, but going back more to the tradition, it's sad now because back in I live here now in Florida, but I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and St. Louis has been like getting more, violent over the years. And I remember as a kid, while we were doing our Halloween trick or treating, they had the Woodson Terrace Park, and there at the park they would have like the cops there and everything, and they would have a food stand, and for $2 you would be able to buy a soda and a hot dog so all the kids could sit down, rest, take their mask off because they've been wearing it for like hours and they're sweating and everything. Just having a drink and get something to eat for $2. I mean, that's really cheap. And then go back to trick or treating, and just having memories like that, or just sitting down with your mom or dad, and just me being an artist, getting a chance to draw an image on a pumpkin so I could see it carved in a pumpkin. Just really great times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like when my like taking my kids trick or treating, making their costumes or buying their costumes, and like, man, like, oh, those are all good memories. Decorating the pumpkin, and
Yeah.
walking for hours and hours for candy.
Yeah. Or it's like even older, getting with like a couple friends or family and just going to like these different haunted houses and just walking through the haunted house, and just after you're done out of the house, just laughing at your friend that got scared the most, and just creaming them like, man, you got scared. I knew that person was real all the time, just having good moments like that. You can't really you can't put money on that. You can't buy anything like that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess Arbor Day is scary for Keith, or is he asking if that's gonna be a holiday you're gonna make a Howard comic out of?
Oh, that would be a cool one. That would be a cool
Right?
poster.
Tree.
Yeah.
Plant a tree for your tomorrow.
With that playing in the background, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Little screaming seedlings going in the ground.
A few years ago, we had a bad tornado here that it kind of tore up parts of Houston and some areas in Corpus Christi. So we, a group of us, went to go help people out, just like moving debris and trees and stuff. So I was taking video as we're like taking out tree, chopping down big trunks with chainsaws. So I put a video together and I put that song, "Plant a Tree for Your Tomorrow," as we're sawing down the trees.
Wow.
Cold-blooded. I bet the tree folk tell terrible stories about you, Frank.
Right.
Look at this monster.
Yeah. I think I have it somewhere.
I'll tell y'all one of the stories that like horror was always so real to us that it was kind of used as like a tool of real fear. So anyway, when I got to high school, I found where I could check out Stephen King books, and I checked out Misery, and I loved it, and I loved it so much more than the movie.
It's a good book.
And I went and I got Cujo, and I think it must have been it was another but it was getting more into the supernatural side of Stephen King. I can't remember which book it was for the life of me right now. But anyway, I had them in my book bag, and I would read them before I went to bed, and I just stick them back in my bag when I went to school the next day. So anyway, my mom is taking me to school. She didn't defrost the window long enough. And I laugh now, but she gets into a wreck. Like when she's trying to turn and get gas, and she hits this car coming in the other lane and knocks this car in the ditch. And I bang my knee into the dashboard. So we go to the emergency room, and it's where most moms would be like, "Oh, are you okay? I'm so sorry." My mom says, "I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for X-rays. My knee is all wrapped up." And my mom says, "I'm glad you're not hurt worse than you are. But I saw those Stephen King books in your book bag, and I think that it might have been what we got."
Wow.
Oh wow.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, these horror books are real. Oh my goodness." What a memory. But that's what I grew up with horror. Like, it's just it was a weird, like outward growth thing, and I could never touch it. And now I'm like, nope. Now not only am I gonna touch it, like now I'm gonna sing the "Plant a Tree for Your Tomorrow" song with horror stories. So It's just, I don't know. Like, I guess if I have a Halloween memory, like that's it. Like, it's only I was in the horror movie, so that was something.
And Keith is in the chat. And
Hey, Keith.
you can get
What's up, man?
Davy Rocket Almanac. Let me see if I have my copy here. Fell. You can get Davy Rocket Almanac on Keith's Etsy store. The link to his Linktree is in the description below. So he just got a new batch because he sold out real quick in the first 3 days, but he got a new batch recently. So
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Pretty sweet, awesome.
Yeah, and talk about Stephen King. Man, like watching Stephen King movies, and like that was like one of a big part of my childhood that me and my sister would watch those movies.
Yeah.
Christine, Cujo, Silver Bullet, which is one of my favorite werewolf movies.
Good movie.
And I read. I think that story was called Psycho of the Wolf or Psycho of the Moon. But I read a condensed version of it at the library.
Yeah.
And I read Christine at the school library. So like, man, just reading those stories is like it's like totally different from the movies. You get a little bit more.
So
you get more into it. Yeah, you get like more into it.
And the books. And I actually had to tell Jason this because I had to go into detail because I know a little bit more. A lot of them are like in the same universe because of course they didn't talk about it because another movie, the Tommyknockers, which is a movie about aliens from space, at the end of the book.
Tommyknockers knocking on my door.
Yeah, right. At the end of the book, when after they destroy the aliens, they talk about, well, I don't know if I should talk about it because I don't want to spoil it, but basically in different Stephen King books, like Dreamcatcher, Tommyknockers, Pennywise is mentioned.
Yeah,
Pennywise is mentioned in those novels. So it just shows you that that his books are like almost part of the same universe. And I would love to see a Stephen King universe Marvel version movie cinema. I would love to see that. Actually go into full detail.
I think I was watching a video when the new Stephen King It movie came out. I think it was the guy that does the that's a theory, game theory, but also does film theories.
I know you. Yeah.
But he was talking about how they're connected and how he had a theory that the kids from the It movie had The Shining.
Oh yeah.
They could kind of sense each other, communicate with each other, and
like that's the mutant power of that universe is The Shining almost.
Yeah.
Which Dr. Sleep, the sequel, Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining, goes into more detail about that power and exactly how powerful it is, and showing that there are more of them than just the kid, and how deadly and how people really want that power. So yeah, I recommend watching that. It's the newest movie that Ian McGregor starred in as the older version of the kid.
Oh wow, I hadn't even heard about that.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep.
Look at the time. We are reaching an hour. We're at 58 minutes. So we'll just wrap it up and just go around and say who we are and where we can find our stuff.
Awesome.
All
right.
I'll start. My name is Frank Salazar, Captain Goggles for tonight. You can find my stuff on my Linktree. Now let me go grab that right here. Salazar Art Nation. You can find my YouTube channel there, so subscribe. Oh, and if you're on this channel and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Give the video a like, comment, after the video goes up, comment. Just helps the algorithm. Let us know if you like the show, what you liked about the show, anything you want us to discuss next time. Just engage with us. Right now, I'm working on the Harley Anthology, so I'm gonna be just knocking that out. So, hopefully I'll get that out in time. But even if I don't, I'll still put it out probably on my Coffee account, which you can find in my Linktree, but I have it here. And you can, for a few bucks, you can donate. I'll send you some PDF comics. So that's something if you want to check that out. And I think that's it for me. Anna, where can we find your stuff?
On Instagram and on the Linktree and all of that. And YouTube, Anna Raub Arts on Instagram stuff.
Yeah. And subscribe to Anna. Sorry, Anna, I didn't mean to interrupt. Subscribe to Anna and to Keith, because we have a challenge going on right now that when we get Anna and Keith to 100 subscribers, Anna and I are going to be eating some bugs on a live stream, and we're going to be, that whole episode is going to be about bugs, so you don't want to miss it. So check that out. And Ronnie,
all right, and I'm Ronnie Gunter, Crimson Owl Comics. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And you could catch me and my co-host finishing up Frankenstein Alive this Friday at 9:30 Eastern Time, the night before Halloween.
Hello.
Oh, come on.
All right. I am Jason Alexander, Fogbreaker Studios on Instagram. I got the mini comics bundle going. Fogbreaker Open is wrapping up now. Like, I can't wait for that book to be finished, because I think that it was I think we knocked something special out of the park. But that's coming up soon. Mini comics, check out Aaron's Ko-fi account, subscribe, or pick up just a $5 pack. See what you think about them. It's my first foray of something that's committed that I've written, which is really, really awesome. And I'm pretty giddy about that. But check out my stuff on Instagram, and I'm trying to get better about my YouTube, but we'll see. Find me on Instagram first.
I was gonna put your YouTube, but I couldn't find it, so I just put your Instagram.
Yeah, it's around there
and
somewhere.
all the links are in the description below. You can find Ronnie's Linktree. You can find the comics that I want at the Teespring store, where you can get some cool shirts and mugs. And if you want to get a cool mug like this one, you can find Anna's Dream Hatchling Studio Teespring in the link below, and you can get this mug. You can also get this shirt. And if you want to buy some stuff with our Turaco logo on it, there's a Turaco Teespring store too with a lot of cool stuff. So check that out. And I also included your other co-host, Robert Ogre, so you can find his stuff also in the description below. So check that out. And I want to say a quick hello to Jonathan Boring, who was our guest, our first guest of the Turaco Creative Cast last week. So thanks for coming out, Jonathan. And I think that's it. So we're going to call it a night. Happy TuracoWean. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us
Bye,
on,
everyone.